this is live. Let's see here. That looks pretty right to me, I think. Okay, we'll just wait for people to join. It looks like everything's working. Hello. If anyone's watching this right now, please tap into the chat and say that you can hear me, because I would like to know. We can. Okay, it's working. Yay. I don't know if you guys saw, but my last live did not work. And so this is exciting. So basically, the idea I have for this live is we're going to be making a weekly spread in my journal for March. If you haven't seen my March plan with me yet, it came out like a week or two ago, I think. So that's out on my channel. You can go watch it and see all of my March spreads. Although technically I can just like show you right now if you want. So my March theme was film rolls, film cameras, and so I have all of the film rolls, and this is my spread so far, and then my last weekly spread. And so now I think we're going to make this weekly spread. Yes, you can hear me. Okay, good. Wow, I am so thrilled that this is working. Let me grab my clips. It's a Friday, I know, so it's a little early to be making a weekly spread, but it's actually spring break for me, and so I need a weekly spread for the next week before I go on vacation. So if you guys want to plan your bullet journals with me, that would be great and lovely. Let me fix that. I think we're about ready to start. Hopefully it's not too blurry. So basically, as you can see with the sketch here, oh, by the way, if there are noises in the background, there is a wind chime going on. So hopefully that doesn't bother you guys too much. But the basic plan I have is already sketched out, obviously. So I have a section here that I'm leaving blank, and I'm hopefully going to do some collaging work. But what I'm feeling in the so do a little bit of that there, and then I have spaces for each day of the week, you know, Monday, Tuesday, all the way through Sunday. Though I will say that I probably won't use every day, considering I'm going to be on vacation, not making to-do lists. But for the point of the video, I'll pretend like I'm going to be using every day. And I also have a little space down here for a little film roll, washi tape, possibly a playlist. I saw this font idea where they have the font swooping over in a curve, and I just love that so much. So I might try to do that for the playlist section. And then the color palette is the same one I've been using all month. Let me bring out my pencils and stuff. Okay. So here are the colors. So I mentioned in my plan with me that I got the Crayola Super Tip Colors of the World set, something like that. And I love these markers. So I'm using like 5 of them in the theme already, which is crazy. But so here are some of the browns that I'm going to be using. Have some beiges, some pinks, and this really dark brown that's almost black that I use sometimes. And then I also have 2 Tombos. This one in the color 772, it's this lovely dusty pink, and then this one in the color N57, and it's this dark green color. So I'm going to be using these 7 as my main colors. Whoops, sorry if you could hear that. So yeah. Also, I figured we're gonna have some free time, obviously. I'm gonna hopefully do this for an hour. We'll see how long it lasts. But if you guys wanna ask any questions in the chat box, I'd be happy to answer them. Or just tell me, how are you doing? I hope you guys are having a great day today, wherever you are. So I'm just going to get started, and the first thing I want to do is the days of the week. So like I said, everything's already sketched out, but I think I'm going to do some ombre calligraphy. It's honestly such a classic that I always come to, and since you guys are in the live and y'all are the special ones, the MVPs so to speak, I will give you a sneak peek. So next week's video is going to be 25 different calligraphy styles that you can use in your bullet journal. And I really like how that video turned out because I just love doing different styles of calligraphy, but honestly, ombre is the one that I use the most often, so that's what I'm going to stick to for this video. So I'm going to flip back to last week's weekly spread, and I of the headers were done in this like typewriter font with colors, but I think for this week, I'm trying to decide if I should switch between different colors or just stick with one color. Like have this one be pink, that one be green, etc. Or just have them all be consistent. So the way I can use like the beige as the base, only one color, and use like the darker browns for the ombre, maybe? Oh yes, actually let's probably do something like that because I have a lot of different scrapbooking things in like pinks that I want to use for the collage. So we can do that. Okay, so I'm just gonna get started. Technically, a lot of people would say to erase the pencil first, but I am just going to go in with marker because no one's really going to be able to tell that there's pencil under it after I erase it. And if you can, well, that's your problem. I literally just started this live and I wrote Mart instead of Mun for Monday. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Just pretend it says Mun and not Mar. Although, for the record, it said Mar in pencil, so I don't know if that really helps my case or makes it worse because I wrote March twice for Monday, but I was just writing over what was already there. It's totally fine. So usually I'm not a huge fan of doing calligraphy with the Crayola Super Tips because I don't think they're nearly as flexible as like Tombow brush pens can be, but I actually do like lettering with these sometimes because they obviously have a good color range, like with the set. Actually, I think I talked about this a little bit in one of my last videos, but the set is really cool because they come with 3 different like sections of markers because they're supposed to be, you know, the skin colors and everything. So the colors are always going to be in the almond, the gold, or the rose colors, which is super interesting because then it makes it easier to do ombre. You don't have to worry about matching colors. They're just always going to be in the same color tones, and they just have different shades of them, whether they be light beige, dark beige, you know, light golden, dark golden, that kind of thing. So it makes it easier for me to do ombre with this particular set, but usually Tombows would be easier for actual calligraphy because I don't have to press as hard to make a thicker line. Tell me in the chat box if any of you guys are in school or in college, and if so, when is your spring break? Because I know a lot of people have spring break this coming week, but a couple of my friends have already had their spring break, and even more haven't, and they're having it like the week after. It's interesting because you know how Thanksgiving break always has it, at least for in America, Thanksgiving break is always going to be the week of Thanksgiving in November, but spring break can just kind of be like whenever they decided to make it, so that's interesting to me. So you can kind of see the pencil a little bit, but not a huge deal for me. Honestly, there's so many mistakes in my bullet journal, I just kind of learned to embrace them. Like for example, March instead of Monday over here. Okay, so I was lettering this very light beige, and I think I'm gonna come in and do these 3 as the shades for the ombre. But what I'll do first and then put the dark color sections, and then I'll blend out with the middle one because when it was such a thick journal like this, the paper is M because it's an art journal, olive journal, so great quality, but I like to only use a couple layers because, you know, if you use marker really hard into a paper, it'll start making holes, and that's just annoying. So let's try not to do that. So I'm just going to do the dark first and then come back and blend out with the light because I'm too lazy to do so. But there are multiple ways you can fix it. So if it's like a small little mistake, I like to use white gel pens. My favorite ones that I always preach on my channel are Uniball Signal white gel pens. Where is it? This one right here. These are just so lovely and they are really good gel pens. I've also heard mood white gel pens are great for this kind of thing, but I unfortunately do not have any of those. But if you do, definitely tell me if they work, because you basically just need a really juicy pen, juicy white gel pen, and it'll cover the mistakes. Real quick, I am going to be going in and blending out the dark color before it sets in too much, and then I'll go in with the other letters. And another way that you can fix a situation like this is you can put paper on top of it and just cover it up. Sometimes I like to do, when I make Dutch doors, I will keep the extra paper that I cut off the edge. Like a Dutch door, if you don't know, is one of these, or like it has like the door in the middle, but I had to cut a piece of paper or one of the sheets like this to have this extra space. And so the leftover paper that I cut off, I do like to keep for situations like this, so I can just kind of glue it on top, match it with the lines, and that way it will still have the dot grid on them. But other times I like to use sticker paper because it makes it easier not having to put glue or double-sided tape on the back of things, and I can just use sticker paper to stick it on. It's actually quite interesting. One of my videos that's been slowly gaining views over the past couple of months, it didn't go so well when I first released it, but it's been getting search result views, is one where I talked about using alcohol markers in your bullet journal. And I actually came up with the idea like the night before I filmed that video, but you can use sticker paper and then draw on the sticker paper with the alcohol markers and then cut it out, put it in your bullet journal. And I actually haven't used it too many times because I usually only use alcohol markers for art I do in my sketchbook. However, I've realized after that the merit of sticker paper, because besides making, stickers, you can also like glue things into your journal without having to actually use glue. It's just so convenient. Like whenever I make scrapbooking spreads sometimes, like I made a How to Train Your Dragon spread last month. I wish to take this clip off because all I'm going to be doing is flipping back into my bullet journal, but here it is. So I made this spread last month and I love it. I think it's so cute, but I didn't want to cut out all these pictures and glue them. I just put on sticker paper and then it just made it easy to just peel off the back and stick it on. So that was fun. If you're interested in seeing the process videos for any of these random spreads that I make and don't put on YouTube, that particular one at least has a reel that's on my Instagram and TikTok. So you can check those out for other behind the scenes kind of content. Yeah, so after I did a couple, I'm just going to be blending this out with the medium color. Make it look like an ombre. I actually think these turned out really well. Like I mentioned just a minute ago, since they're all in the same colorway from that Crayola set, it just makes it really easy to blend them together because they all look like very similar colors. Although I will say sometimes it's kind of hard to see the light beige, and I'm sure it's even harder on camera. So I think I might add a drop shadow to make it obvious, because like you can see definitely the bottom of these words, but it's hard to tell where the T ends, for example, and therefore it can be hard to read it. So let's not do that, because I want to make it pretty visible, especially since I'm probably going to be posting this spread later. Maybe this week, we'll see. Another thing I can do is add designs onto the calligraphy. It's actually the coolest thing. I'm about to say the funnest thing, but I don't think that's even a word. But maybe I can add highlights or different shapes with black pen instead. I don't know, drop your suggestions in the chat box of what I should draw. Or I could do sparkles like next to it. That could be fun. Kind of a tedious process, not gonna lie. Like sometimes I'll film videos and this will go by so quickly, but in real time it takes a little second for me to go over each letter like 3 times. Okay, after I finish this one, I'm probably just gonna come back to the lettering and add the highlights then, so you guys can drop your suggestions in the chat. In the meantime, what should we move on to? So I have the doodle down here that I can do, or the collage, or the playlist. I'm trying to think. let's work on the collage actually, because depending on what colors of like stationery I have, that will depend on what these colors are. Like if I have a lot of pink stationery, I want to make sure that this stuff is green. That way it kind of balances out with the theme, you know, if that makes sense. So here, I'm gonna pull out all of my boxes over here. So this is probably really close to the camera, but these are 3 different boxes of like stationery that I use. So these are just like random aesthetic pictures and scraps of paper. And then these are sticker sheets. Some are mine and from my Etsy shop, Mingo Prints, which if you didn't already know, I do have an Etsy shop linked down below as always. But some of these are also from some of my favorite sticker shops also on Etsy. And then these are just singular stickers that I usually get in pen pals and stuff. So I think I'm gonna pull out this one because it'll have a lot of different pictures that I can use. So like I mentioned, my theme is kind of vintagey film roll aesthetic, so I want to take out any pictures of that. This one's actually really cute, and this might be Milan. I follow her, she's so pretty, but excuse me, it kind of matches with the theme, so I'll pull that one out and look at it. Maybe, yeah. These I printed from my printer, so the picture, you can kind of see the lines in them, but I don't care. Okay, so these are so cute. One of the favorite things I love about pen paling, other than of course like corresponding with people, which is so much fun, but I also love, sorry, my throat is like acting up right now. I also love getting different stationery from different people because you'll just get all these different little snippets of stationery, like play around, and also you can send stationery back to your pen pal, which is super fun, and just kind of share little gifts with them, which is the cutest little thing. I like this because it looks like a camera, like you have the little battery thing and the different qualities and stuff up there. And that looks like what a camera would look at. So I think I might add this one because like my little theme is film cameras. Like it makes sense, you know? This one's also kind of similar. It has like the HDR thing, but this is more of a phone camera. So not quite what I'm looking for. Let's go through these a little faster. I'm trying to look for maybe some browns. Ooh, these washi tapes are cool. Like again, this is a sample that I got in a pen pal. Love those. I like this brown. I don't know why I would need to use an envelope for anything. I don't know. Maybe we'll put it in here. Maybe we can see. Always good to have options. Let's look. Roberta asked, what is the difference between acrylic and water-based pencils, and which one do you advise for journaling? Okay, so I don't know what you mean by acrylic-based pens. Wow, they're literally things falling out of my hands. I don't know what you mean by acrylic-based pens because acrylic is usually a type of paint versus water-based paint. You know, acrylic paint, watercolor painting. Personally, I'm not a painting person, and so I really don't do it that often. But if I was going to be painting in my journal, I would definitely try to use watercolor and use as least water as possible. So it's almost like dry brushing. Although this is really thick, so since it's 160 GSM, it can probably withstand a little bit of water if you were gentle. Are we just... working? So let me just continue on with this. I think we're okay. Sorry that happened, but let's just keep going. I don't remember the last thing I was talking about. Actually, I do, but I don't remember exactly where I left off at. I was answering Berta's question about alcohol-based pens versus water-based pens. And in case you guys didn't see, basically, this is an alcohol-based pen. This is a water-based pen. Alcohol pens bleed through, water-based not. So if you're going to use it in your bullet journal, definitely use water-based pens like Tombows instead of alcohol-based pens like a Hoo-Hoo's. And if you were still going to use alcohol-based pens, just do it on sticker paper because then you could just peel off the back of the sticker paper, stick it into your journal, and you won't have any issues. It'll be just fine because you won't have to see through because it'll be on sticker paper and on your actual journal paper. Hear it. Okay, so basically I picked out a couple different papers and stuff here of this, and I want to figure out how to use it. And I'm thinking, oh, why are these so large? That could be cute though. Then that doesn't leave any room for a photo. Because these photos are nice, but they're huge. But actually, I don't even need this for anything. I was just playing around because it matches the colors, but I don't need it. So I might just ditch the envelope and try to find something different. Of all these pictures, I feel like this matches my theme the best, just because of the color palette, but also I love all the flowers in that picture because I'm just so excited for spring at the moment. So I would definitely, I'm probably gonna stick with this one. So as I'm laying out this, I'm thinking about two things. One, I'd like to put a space to write March, the real March, not this one, but actually write March somewhere on the top. And I also like space for a miniature calendar because I like looking at the month at a glance. So I think by doing something like this, or no, I think I'm gonna cover this because this is, that little symbol down there is not important. So if I did it like this, I'd have space to write March up here in calligraphy and a miniature calendar. I think that was gonna work. And I can also use washi tape. Okay, perfect. So I think that's what I'm going to do because I can use washi tape to also add more color. So this unfortunately is not double-sided. So let me grab my double-sided tape. I believe nothing fancy. Some people like using like one of those roll-ins. Like I know Amanda Rachel a lot and other journalers have started doing that, but I really don't need anything fancy. Just put double tape on manually. It's the same. Honestly, this is so funny to me. The last slide that I did was technical difficulties, and then the first I did, the ending was struggling because of technical difficulties. So hopefully you guys can see this and that we're doing okay. Third time's a charm, you know, but still struggling with Wi-Fi. Okay, that is stuck on there, nice and strong. And then this one I did print on sticker paper, I believe. So should be able to just peel this off. And it takes forever because my nails are all short now. But there it is. And then I can just stick it right here. So I want to make this centered on the page, and I use the lines to match up this to the very edge of the dot grid. So I'm going to make sure this line is lined up with this very edge of the dot grid right here. And I think I'll just stick it in right there. Oh, perfect. Okay. That was out of. And I have some washi tapes here, and do you guys want to see my entire personal washi tape? Like, collect the different examples that I get, but here's the full box that I also have. Just so cute. Great color. Oh, I just dropped it. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm back. This is a great color, but I don't know how well it's gonna work because it's just so close to that tan. But I'm gonna pull it out anyway, just in case. Because you never know, I just like the color. And then they also have some vintagey ones in here. This one I have to use. Literally, it's a film roll. Like, look at it. And so I have to use it. Putting that one aside, let's see. I want to have some pink to match with these beiges and pinks. And I can't see the markers, but they're markers over here. So I want to match with these pinks. This one is a good color. Goes a little more purple down there. So I think I might just stick with this one, or maybe this pink one. Well, that's a little too saturated for me, so let's put that one aside. What else? We could do a floral, maybe? Vintagey. Oh, this one's cute. It has like different vintage doodles on here. If you can see, there's like a teapot, a sign, cherries, books. So I might pull that one aside. And then let's do like maybe one more. Oh, wait, we can match these beiges. These are cute. This is also in the set that Annie gave me. She is amazing. And let's see which one of these work the best together. They're really all different shades of the same color, but I'm trying to figure out which one works best with the markers that I was using. You know what, let's just, I'm gonna use these two. Yeah, that's too green. Let's use this one because that's a little more warm toned and it matches with that brown more and the color of her hair. And then I'll pull out this one because it matches the beige in there. Here, I'll pull it out and show it to you one sec. I'm gonna put this away, back on the art cart. And then these are some of the washi tapes that I've chosen. They're like a little hodgepodge, honestly, but hopefully they match with the theme. Oh, maybe I should pick out a green one, actually, now that I think about it. I don't know, we'll come back to that. So I'm just gonna lay them out right here. So, next step is to write March up here. And I actually want to try, if I have it with me, I don't even know where I put it. I had sticker paper in here. Ah, there it is, okay. I have to have random things lying around my desk, but I have this sticker paper and I wrote top, so I know what side's the top. So I'm going to use my Tombow Fudenoske's and write March. This is actually the pencil, not the Tombow's. Just so I know what size I want. And then now I'm gonna pull out my Tombow. I love using Tombow soft tips, but all the ones I have right now are actually, pull out a hard tip Tombow for my pencil. This is my newest one, so it has the best tip. If you don't know, I love these pens, and I tried a lot of different types of calligraphy pens that are very similar, but I've always just came back to these because they are the best, and you can't really, like, why mess with perfection, honestly? You don't have to reinvent the wheel. All the metaphors. That's cute, I think. Pretty minimal, but I don't care. If I was that they have thicker lines than these, so if I wanted to, I could press harder and make thicker lines, but I'm not going to. Fine. I'll just stay with the thin hard tips. And they also dry rather swiftly, so now I can just erase the pencil from under it. That I use as a guideline. And where are the scissors? You know what? I think my sister. Okay, plan B. We're gonna leave this for maybe next week. And I'm actually going to pull out my stamps. Let's do that. Because I don't have any scissors with me to cut around the sticker paper, so let's try using stamps instead. So these are my alphabet stamps. Love them very much. I use them in all of my things. And even my, so I have ink pad right here. I should probably be using some paper towel, but I do not care. So I'll just add in the ink and then, sure. I'll just put it right there. I'm off over there on a random sheet of paper and come with my next letter. Honestly, it's a little tedious, I must admit, but they look super aesthetic. And so like I really won't use them for all of the days of the week, for example, but I will pull them out for like headers and stuff that only have a couple letters in them because it doesn't take that long, and they look so cute. And honestly, you know how they have the little boxes around them, like the R that I just stamped has a little remnant of the entire rectangle around it? I love that because it makes it look really, I don't know, what's for it? It doesn't look polished. It looks unintended. Keep working. I think we're okay. I think we're good. Oh, this is so confusing, honestly. Okay, I think we're back to normal. So, just stamped out March, and then now I'm going to pull out my little pens and write a miniature calendar. So, I have, where's my small one? There it is. Okay, so I have my Sakura Pigma microns right here, and I'm using the size 01 because it's super tiny, and I think I'm not even going to write out the days, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll just do the numbers. So 7 to 13. Okay, this might take a second, honestly, because I have to think about this, but let's just wing it. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, that was this week. It's currently the 11th. So 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 13, 14. I'm sorry I'm being silent. I just need to focus on this because I will write the wrong number and just forget how to count all completely. See, 29, 30, 31. Okay, actually, besides him being a little crooked, that is not too shabby for not having the energy to pencil it out. I should put a lot more effort into this. It's literally like, you know, a live stream. Like, you guys are watching me make a weekly spread, and I'm over here not putting effort into fixing the little mistakes. Oh well. So yeah, if you're new here, by the way, if you're just now entering, hello, I'm making a weekly spread, and if you have any questions for me, feel free to drop them in the comment, or not the comment box, the chat box, and I will read them and answer them. So I just have March over here. I actually like how this is coming along. It's pretty minimal and simple, but I don't mind that because it's a pretty simple theme. So I think the next step we should do is draw this doodle down here. So I'm actually going to pull out, I'm about to pull out a Tomo Fudenosuke. Does this one work? Well enough. Okay, so I'm going to pull out this Tomo Fudenosuke and do it to outline my doodles. Now, I've mentioned this about 12 million times before on my channel, but I like outlining my doodles in Tomo Fudenosuke because you can really control the thickness of the pen. And so, for example, if you wanted to add some more shadows in parts of it, you could do so by pressing, since it is a calligraphy pen. I am extremely sorry if those of you watching keep getting kicked out because of internet problems or whatever. I am not a internet technology guru, and I'm just trying my best over here. I sure hope you are, because I can't tell. Are we reconnected? Because I can't tell. I think we're back. You guys are getting all of my singing today. Okay. Here we go again. More internet mistakes. But it's fine. We're fine. It's all fine. Hopefully you guys are not tired of me. All fine. Hopefully you guys are not tired of me. Hopefully you guys are having a great sunny day wherever it is that you are. Hopefully you guys are having a great sunny day wherever it is that you are. Personally, that's okay because I love cloudy days. It's actually really interesting to me. A lot of people that I know do not like cloudy days. They prefer the sun. I'm like, sun is great and all, but where I live, it can get hot rather quickly. So I like to enjoy the cloudy days. Even if it means my filming will be a little dimmer. Because y'all can see what I'm doing. And that's all that matters. That's all that's important. So I'm probably going to, actually not probably, I am going to put this video out on my channel when I'm done streaming. And so if you did miss all of it, if you're just entering halfway through, or if you couldn't make it and you're now watching it later, hello, you in the future, it'll be up on my channel. So you can definitely check it out then and still get all of this raw Sophie goodness. Oh, I hated that as I said it out loud, but you get what I mean. Because I can't edit this, so anything I say, it's just going up there. Okay, so well, it's not much to talk about. It's literally just little squiggly lines with miniature lines in them and then dashes on the side. And it matches what this washi tape looks like. Let me pull it out for you. Where's the end? There it is. It matches what this washi tape looks like. You see how they're the little film roll thingies and they have the little dots on the side. See? Very similar. It looks just like it. Well, almost. I'm sure there are little discrepancies, but it's not a huge deal. To be very honest and raw with y'all, I do not know if this is the most, theme I've ever made. If it's the most artistic theme I've ever made. but I just love the color palette, so I'm rolling with it, even if it's not the best. And while we're at it with this, I also like to add little doodles like these on the side. I think it makes the theme even more scrapbooky and cute, so it's fine. And I'll probably come back and add more later around the spread. But first, let's erase it and add little miniature colored blobs in this to make like a film roll. Basically, I was too lazy to actually draw miniature pictures in each one of the squares, so instead, I'm just pulling out my green and drawing stuff like this. And this happened in my plan with me too. I just got too lazy. But my thing is, so they're going to be a little blurry. And the aesthetic I was following was like Paris, beige buildings, Eiffel Tower, trees, you know, that kind of thing. So if you just use the same colors as you would use in those pictures, it works the same way. You know, you get the same vibes. It's perfectly fine. So that's what I'm kind of doing now. And honestly, so many technical issues. Nothing is working. YouTube doesn't like me. Maybe I should just go live on Instagram instead. Maybe that would make life easier. Just mentioning how I don't know if I want to do that because all my friends are on there. That might be a little awkward, but maybe I'll do it anyway because it'll work out better than this. Basically what I'm doing is adding the dark rims around each picture because it looks like a vignette, which is like the dark little rims around vintage camera pictures because it has a hard time capturing light, you know, so that's the idea behind that. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. Hopefully we're still working. Needle and Thread said I'm doing a great job with all of the tech issues. Thank you. I don't know what else. And if the internet does not like me, that is there. Honestly, that is just the long and short of it. So I'll just do a couple more minutes finishing up this spread, adding a drop shadow, maybe adding a little more doodles, adding the playlist section, and that'll be good. I cannot tell if I'm doing this drop shadow off of the words, so like there's a little white gap between the color. Like I said, now that you add drop shadows, it just adds a little more definition to each of the letters and helps you read it better. And for my father, who cannot read calligraphy in the first place, so he's definitely not mine, maybe this will help make it a little more visible. So yeah, this is coming together. We've been on the live for like 30-40 minutes, and honestly, if I was not filming this live stream, a weekly spread like this would take me maybe 25 minutes, maybe 30. Like I said, I'm not even done with the spread, so it'll probably take me a little longer, but I like to just take time every week and chill and journal, unless I'm making a reel. If I'm making a reel, it takes me pretty quick because I'm always rushing because I just want to get the reel done and over with, you know. Not that I don't like filming them, but they are a little time consuming. So I've realized that while making reels, it does take a little longer. So I just try to rush through it. But I like to just chill, take my time. Sometimes I'm just sitting on Sundays making a weekly spread, or Fridays in this case. And it's just one of my favorite parts of the week, especially when I have a boat of inspiration and motivation, because it is hard to be in a creative slump, but when you are not, you better be thankful that you're not. Although, if you are right now in a creative block, if you don't know what to draw, you're out of ideas, I'd always recommend scrolling on Pinterest or I guess social media, like if you follow bullet journal people on TikTok or Instagram, and just trying to see what kind of things they're doing. And even if you post the spread, as long as you give credit to the people that you took inspiration from, you are fine. And that's what I always do if I'm looking for inspiration, is just look on Pinterest and find spreads that I like and try to replicate them. Okay, so now I'm going to start adding a little washi tape in this bottom corner right here that I left blank specifically for washi tape. I have this one, which is kind of cool. And I have this beige one that I love simply because it almost matches that one there and the color of the girl's hair in the picture, which is cute. So just going to stick that one in. I'm debating whether or not I should put this film roll in. I kind of like it, honestly. Even though there's one right there, I kind of like the eccentric colors. Does that match with my theme? Not completely, but it's fine. I think it's cute, actually. This spread's kind of funky, but I think it's cute. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do is come up here to the top corner. Now, I feel like there's not enough pink on the spread, so I'm going to take the thin side of this Tombow and draw in the boxes for this miniature playlist. I have been listening to a lot of jams recently. I made a playlist called Mingo's Jams, but it's private, so none of you can see it. But so none of you even care. But I made a playlist for myself, and I love listening to it. And so let's probably just put a couple of those songs right here. By the way, to make a little playlist section, I always just draw the little play button at the bottom with the little skip button things. That way it looks like a Spotify thing, like you're playing it. Or not even Spotify, just like any streaming app, like you're playing it. And then I'm gonna pull up Spotify on the computer and let's find songs to put in here. I've been obsessed with The Adults Are Talking recently, and that's kind of a long song title, but I have lots of room. So I'm gonna put that in one of these over here. Let's actually do it with a calligraphy pen. If I have room. There it is. Right. Again, sorry I'm being a little quiet, but whenever I'm nervous or like want to make sure I'm focused, I can't talk. The Adults Are Talking. There you go. Playlist box 1. And then I'll make a second one. Let's see. I'm scrolling through different songs here. Oh my God by Adele. So good. Listening to a little Elton John recently. Of course, he's a classic. All For Us by Labyrinth. Amazing. I'm actually going to put that one in there because I've been obsessed with that song this week. So we'll just put All For Us as the other one. Which is great because there are a lot of little words, so they fit into the box a little better. Okay, there you go. And the last thing I want to do in this section up here is write playlist, but I want to try that up and over style that I was talking about doing, so I'm just going to put all the letters kind of in a hoop, and then I'll come back and stylize them. Is there room for the T? Almost. And then I'm probably going to do the little serif dots, yeah. Because my theme is kind of vintagey, so like on the cover page I have the serifs. Here, I'll look back. You see like here they have like the little serif marks on the cover page, and I just love how that looks. So I'm just going to add them right there with little dashes on the end of each line. Real nice and simple. Okay. That's cute, actually. I like how that's turning out. So I think the spread's almost done. So almost into the live. This has been really enjoyable, guys. I think I'm gonna look through my sticker box and see if there's any stickers that I want to put up here, because I think it's a little bare in this section. What can I add? Maybe something pink? These are cute, but they don't match the theme. And I have this one, which is so pretty, which is a freebie from Pepper Studios, I believe. But it's a little too large and doesn't really match the theme colors. So it's pink, but the wrong shade of pink. Same thing with this. Like, this is so cute. This was gifted to me by Annie, I believe. But it's see-through and doesn't match the same pink colors, so I can't use that. I can always put one of these classic numbers. Okay, wait. These ones I made. Oh, I love these. These stickers I made on my your act. Why is this so... Apparently I sing when I'm stressed. Anyway, so this is on paper, so I'm going to actually... So that's why I have them and they're not available in my shop, like this particular one, although the entire is available in my shop. But I think I'm just going to color on it with the pink markers to kind of match the theme better, which I'll do right now on the underside of each leaf, or maybe top side, whatever. And now I'll just do stripes on the other side. There you go. That's kind of cute. And I'm actually going to take this other pink also and add shadow because it's slightly darker. There you go. And that's cute. And then again, I can't actually stick it in because it's on the wrong side. I'm going to peel off the non-sticky side and then glue it in. But just like every other sticker, this might take me a hot second because I don't have nails at the moment, so I can't peel off something. I mean, I do have nails, but they're short. Okay. A little bit on there. Oop. And stick it right into my bullet journal. That's so cute. Okay. Really coming together. Really doing its thing. Okay, well, I think this is pretty much the end of the live stream, if it's even working. If you're watching this right now, if you can see it, I appreciate you for being here. I know there have been a lot of technical issues, obviously, that we've had to deal with, and hopefully I can get to the point where I can do a live stream and it not keep quitting out on me, because YouTube, I don't appreciate it. But other than that, I think this spread is pretty much done. If you are curious, yeah, that might be it. I hope you guys enjoyed this spread. I enjoyed, and hopefully I can do another one of these very soon. Thank you guys for coming. Okay, love you. Bye.